All right, before I start this video, I want to give a special shout out to Philip DeFranco, YouTube's own Philip DeFranco. Someone recently asked him in an interview who his favorite YouTube food reviewer was, and he said this.
Endorsement.
Cue the intro. What is up, everyone? It is the endorsement, and it is time for another video. This is where I show you something and see if you like it or not. I can be very persuasive. So welcome to the first edition. We'll see if there are more of what I like to call the endorsement buzzes. This is where I found a Buzzfeed article. It affected me in ways that I can only express on camera for YouTube. But now I give you 21 messed up ways that people actually eat food. The correct title is a little more risque. I toned it down, but the link will be in the description below. I'm a foodie, I love food, and I believe that there are certain ways that food should be eaten. I saw this list, and it perplexed me. So, number one, eating a cucumber like this. Yeah. So I'm not even going to mention that 1984 called and they want their Chicago Bulls sweatpants back. But what I'm going to say is anyone who picks up a cucumber and just gnaws at it, whew, question everything. No thank you. Just slice it up or peel it. It's a cucumber, it's not a pickle. Number two, eating a donut like this. Yeah. Now we've all eaten donuts in our time. Never thought about taking 6 individual bites, working around the circumference, and leaving the inner goodness. You got me. Comments below. Number 3. All right, chocolate and bread. I did a little research on this one. I guess it might be a thing in some other countries. Not a thing with this guy. My own opinion, my own personal opinion. Chocolate and peanut butter, chocolate and fluff, chocolate and caramel. I could go on and on with the chocolate ands, but chocolate and bread, I don't know. This one isn't that far-fetched. Maybe if the bread was toasted. I don't even know if the bread was toasted, if this would work. Number 4. That's 8. Number 4. Avocado like this. All right. Now, I'm not having too much problem with this. Avocado, spooning it out. What I do have a problem with, what are they on their lunch break, in their car? Are they doing 60 down the highway? That would probably be bad. Trying to eat the avocado with a spoon while controlling and texting and changing the radio station, opening up the sunroof, yelling at a pedestrian. Recipe for disaster. All right, number 5, tugs at my heartstring. Pun intended. String cheese. It has a name for a reason. String it. String it. String it. You're in a rush, you're leaving for work, you haven't had your breakfast, you're like, string cheese, polio, take it out and gnaw at it, rip it off. Still take the time. It's like a pull tab on the Oreo. Pull it. Pull it. It is called string cheese for a reason. It is not a block of cheese the size of a car battery like George Costanza's gonna drape himself in velvet and just eat it. I will do that one day. All right, with number 6, we dive into the candy world. I'll just let you just look. Now, I love me a Kit Kat, but to nibble around the edges, nibble off the chocolate, maybe lick off the chocolate, and then leave the wafer and eat the wafer. You want the chocolate experience with the wafer? No? Kit Kat, it's made a certain way. Chocolate and wafer crunching together. Mixology all up in your mouth. Like, if you just want to eat chocolate, just buy some chocolate. Sit down, watch Golden Girls, and eat some chocolate. Public service announcement. All right, so we have a part 2 of how to not eat a Kit Kat. Yeah, it looks like Jaws took a chunk out of that Kit Kat. All right, you asked for it. No, you didn't, but I'm giving you the 3rd way to not eat a Kit Kat. That should go without question. In the middle, it loses its structurability. Word? structurability. You can even see in the picture, it's got some breakage right in the middle. It's just gonna be 2 parts. Then what are you gonna do? Probably lick off the chocolate and eat the wafer. Now number 9, the struggle is real. Cheese on toast. Toast up some bread, slap some cheese on it. Don't bother melting it. No, just slap some cheese on the toast. Been there, done that, done worse. Gotta do what you gotta do. Gotta improvise. I'm not hating on this kid. That brings us to number 10, noodles like this. Why? Just drain the water. Just drain the water. Case closed. That's it. There's this new invention called the strainer, or the colander. Not Marie Calendar. Those are pies. All right, now on to number 11. I've had a couple friends in my life eat a hot dog like this. I get it, maybe you're eating around friends who have dirty minds. I'm gonna bite right down in the middle. Seems like an awful lot of trouble to get around a joke, especially among friends. But if you know why someone's eating a hot dog like this, comment below. Whew. All right, so number 12 sounds like a Jamaican pop song, Mango Like This. Climbing the charts. So with this, we all know the difficulties about eating a mango. This person seems to be lost in the Amazon forest and just decided to rip it open and just go right at the pulp. Again, not hating on this person. Do what you gotta do. You wanna get that sweet, juicy pulp all over your face, dripping down your chin? Go for it. That's what I say. I don't have too much problems with this one. Comment below if you do. I don't. All right, so I was waiting for an orange to come into the picture, so number 14 did not disappoint. I mean, I look at this picture and I think I know what they're doing here. Do they just peel the orange and then just stick it in their mouth and suck out the juices? Vampire style? Is this what we've resorted to? How do you eat an orange? I eat it many different ways, but one of them is not this. All right, number 15. Do you know anyone who eats pizza like this? That's what I like to call hashtag Crust First. The movement. It probably exists. It's 2016. Hashtags are everywhere. But no, my favorite first bite of any pizza, even a store-bought frozen pizza, is the first bite at the end of that, where you're gonna get the cheese and any toppings. Why are you going into it with the crust first, the no flavor first? This one perplexes me. All right, so you know we're talking pizza, so we got 2 more pictures regarding eating pizza. How about this? Knife and a fork. Where that is proper in the grand scheme of eating, knife and fork, utensils, the whole pretty woman thing. But this is pizza. There are just some foods you have to pick up. I read some comments below this article, and there were so many people saying, oh, sometimes I do that if I don't want to make a mess. Who cares? Make a mess, it's pizza. Pick it up. Use your hands. That's why God gave you hands to eat pizza. No other reason. We should have cars that you don't steer. What? Now this third picture for pizza has me scratching my head. Huh? You're eating the inside of the pizza? You know, there may be some times where I'm trying to watch my carbs where I may not eat the last couple crust pieces off of my pizza, but I am not taking the time to meticulously perform surgery on the inside of the pizza and then eat it and then have to have that. Because not only did you only take out the very center, there's still some prime real estate going around that you missed. I just don't get that. Just pick up the pizza with your hands, eat it. Period. Wardrobe change, California Republic shirt, take 2. So now we're on to number 18. Seems like a kid thing to me, a child thing to me, an infant thing to me. Not an infant thing, don't give them gum. But you ever heard of bubble tape? It's like bubble gum, but it's in tape form. It's in a plastic container. I think you can put it on your hoster. Not your hoster. No. Who has a hoster? No, you put it on your belt loop. I don't even know if that's a thing. But wait a minute. Whoa! I have a picture. All right. So that's bubble tape. Maybe you've tried it, but eating it like this? Whoa. No. Unless you're over the age of 9, 8, 7, 6. Over the age of 6. have fun with it. It's bubble tape that's made that way for a reason. You're gonna pull it out, maybe you're gonna prioritize, you're gonna limit yourself to how much bubble gum you're eating. I don't know, but just taking a big chomp on it like it's a cheeseburger, having a big glob of it in your cheek like you're Lenny Dykstra. See who gets that reference. But yeah, not a fan of that. Bubble tape, respect it. All right, number 19, entitled Cereal Like This. Do you know anyone that eats cereal like this? Okay, I'm pretty sure those are ice cubes in Cocoa Pebbles. Trying to think. My mind goes many places. I can't, for the life of me, figure out why this is a thing. If they wait for it to melt and then it's water, but why don't you just put water in? And if you're someplace that doesn't have water, where'd you get the water to make the ice cubes? And if you don't have milk, I've heard some people use water as a substitute, but again, if you don't have water, how'd you make the ice cubes? And why? Why, internet? Why? All right, so number 20 is brought to us obviously by someone on a camping trip sitting on a sleeping bag and has a Crocodile Dundee knife into a watermelon. Do you know anyone who eats watermelon like this? Where I see where the knife, and I'm assuming that's a knife, comes into play, cut a nice opening into the watermelon and then maybe get a spoon and spoon it out, and then you're dealing with the seeds and some other things. Then how are you gonna get underneath, unless you're cutting the hole bigger later and then it's more work, and then you're dumping it and it's all over you, and what? This thing has so many variables going on and so many ways for it to go wrong and be messy and not be productive that I would just probably slice it normally and eat a watermelon and spit the seeds out at my siblings. All right, guys, you know what they say, save the best for last, and we definitely did that. I mean, this is the best, yet the worst at the same time. This one hits close to my heart, probably close to all of your hearts out there. Let's just ask, do you know anyone that eats a chicken wing like this? Yeah. Let's bow our heads for a moment of silence. Now, if a picture says 1,000 words, this says about 10 million words. There's so many things wrong with this, but I'll leave you all to the comment section below, not just for this last picture, but for all of them. Let me know what you thought about these. I appreciate you checking out this video, a little something different than review after review after review after review after review. It's always great to mix it up, talk about food, especially things so crazy as this. So I was glad I found that article. And big ups to Buzzfeed staffer Luke Bailey, who made this article and gave me the incentive to make this video, because those are just some crazy, crazy things. And disclaimer, I do some crazy things too. I don't eat tomatoes. Deal with it. There is no person on this earth that I am eating lunch with, pizza, that I'm not picking it up and eating it. And that includes the President of the United States. Even Lincoln picked up his pizza.